All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the latest edition of Baptized Fire with Brother Martin. That's right, baby. We got the stuttering dream, Mr. Brother Martin here. This is a brand new year, brand new opportunities, brand new topics, and I hope and pray that no matter what I talk about, that I can inspire you, that I can lift your spirits up, and that I can get you to do a thing called changing lives every single day. Because this is the thing, guys, is that you are a walking, talking testimony, regardless of what you do with your life, regardless of what you believe in. There's somebody that's always watching you. Like there's multiple people that are always watching you. And think about it from this perspective. If you know you're being watched, you think to yourself, why not set the best example possible for others to follow? Because they might be going through something that you're not aware of, and they can't really and like they might look up to you, and you might think to yourself, you know what, this might be my opportunity through what I've been through how I lead, through how I live my life, to where I can change somebody's life. So think about it, guys. And speaking of lives being changed, you guys know that like my best friend is John. He is the one that helped me when it came to the Retro Wrestling Revival. And the beautiful part about it is that we have a passion and love for pro wrestling. And that led us to becoming friends. So, which you guys hear me that wrestling saves lives and wrestling makes friendships. Me and John are a big reason and a big example for that. And with that said, I'm excited because this is the first Baptized Fire of the year, and we got a special guest, and like my brother from another mother, father, different sister, different uncle, a completely different family tree, but he's still a brother nonetheless. Mr. John Wangland, brother, how are you doing tonight?
Well, it's wonderful to be here, Chris. Thank you for inviting me on your show. It's been a long time since I've done one of these with you, and I'm very excited to be here tonight, man. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome, brother. And this is the thing, is I keep getting DMs on Twitter, okay? And which I'm going to say this point blank because a lot of people don't believe me. They think I'm covering up for you, and they think you're returning this year. Please explain to them. You haven't even told me yourself whether you're doing it.
Am I returning? You mean like to wrestling or to what?
To like the Retro Wrestling Revival, because I keep telling people that if I don't know, then how are they supposed to know? Just say.
I'm very busy. I got a lot going on in life. I'm very blessed. I got a wonderful job. My business is thriving right now, so I'm very busy on those avenues. Family, of course. This thing's always going on with the kids, and got to keep up on that stuff. But to answer your question, I'm getting a little bit of an itch to get back in there and do some stuff again. So. Am I returning full time? No, I'm not returning full time, but I will be making some appearances throughout the month, and I will be doing some stuff with you, I think. And give me a little bit of time over the next couple of weeks, but I definitely would like to do a little bit of stuff with you in the very near imminent future. So, with that said, I can't commit to what I used to do with you.
Oh no, we both can't.
No, it's pretty impossible on that. But I would like to do some stuff, and I will definitely be back on the show in the coming weeks. So I think we should definitely get some content and some material out there. And I have a little bit of free time that I can squeeze in over there. And I think I will be doing some stuff this year, and we're going to have some fun. It's just not going to be as consistent as it once was for me. But with that said, I'm excited to be here, and Daniel, has a very good comment here. Chet approves of the bit of a revival, so if Chet approves, I'll be there.
Well, there you go, and that's me finding out for the first time right there. So like the Retro Renegades that have seen this live, and like the ones that are going to watch it later, guess what? There you go. There's your answer, because I've had. Literally within like the past few weeks, I've had maybe 30 different messages from people saying, hey, what's going on with John? Is John coming back? Is this or that? And I don't have an answer, but now you do. So there you go, guys. There's your answer.
We'll be doing some stuff. We'll definitely be having some fun, and I'm excited to get some stuff done in the near future. But I can't let it affect my other schedule and stuff, so I won't be able to do as much as it once was. But and you know how much I love to travel and to do different things. So I like to travel and do a lot of stuff, but I will be peeking in there. It was a rough end to 2022, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Mom passed away at the end of the year last year, and I have to go to. We're doing her funeral in a couple weeks, so it was a tough end to 2022. You know, we unfortunately lost my mom, and it's put a lot of things into perspective for me. You know, on some things in life that are important to focus on, and you know, I not only business and family, but it's important to focus on some of the things I think that you wanted to talk about tonight, which is why you asked me to come on. So I'm really excited to be here to talk about a couple of those things.
That's correct. And the thing about it is that I've just been really meditating, and I've been really thinking, and I've been really praying about things. And the thing is that when it comes to like the new year, okay, so like the main focus on like the new year is brand new beginnings, brand new opportunities. Last year I didn't diet. This year I'm going to diet. Last year I didn't exercise. This year I'm going to get a Planet Fitness membership and become like the Liver King. I'm going to be jacked, stacked, and just have ladies from arm to arm. That's going to be me. That's my goal. And you have so many people saying, well, you know, I'm going to do it. And then literally within like 30 days, their New Year's resolutions are completely shot out the fucking window. And the thing is that goes back to a word that I love, and that is value. Okay. Mm-hmm. So like the definition of value is the regard that something is held to deserve, the importance, worth, or usefulness of something. Your support is of great value. Now, when it comes to value, for me and you, John, we've been very, very open about this. The foundation that we lay our whole life on is Jesus Christ. Mm-hmm. It's God. Correct. And he's the foundation that we build our whole life on. And that's the number one thing we value. And by valuing that, God gives us the tools to like the opportunities and like the tools to really be focused on family, be focused on work, and to really show, hey, this is what it's all about within like the way that you live your life. And that goes back to what I was saying with setting that example and laying the groundwork for others to follow. And when it comes to value within your life, because with your recent trip, which you're going to go in like the detail, that's the first thing like that kept really popping in my head, brother, was mm-hmm. value, because you went over there for a reason, because you valued something, and that was your family. Mm-hmm. Now, you told me that there were so many things like within your life that changed for the better. Mm-hmm. And I'm so excited to hear about this. So why don't you take it away and give like a little bit of a story, like to where you've been for the past month, my friend, because I'm excited to hear about it. And I know the guests are.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, unfortunately, like I said, I lost my mom recently, and losing my mom was a tough thing to, you know, to experience. It's, you know, I'm glad she's not in pain anymore. And it was, you know, I'm trying to get emotional. I think about it, but it's hard not to, you know, it was a tough experience to go through, but, you know, I've always valued different things in life, but for me, value was, you know, my belief in my foundation in life, and part of that was God, of course. Always, it's a big part of my life, and I value that relationship. But I learned from the experience of losing somebody again that was very, you know, important to me in my life, that I needed to take a step back, and I needed to understand things differently, and I needed to look at life differently a little bit, maybe in some ways, and I needed to smell the roses a little bit. So I took some time, and I went off on my own for a good period of time, and I got an opportunity to go see the world and see different things. And what I learned about what I value is that I value that the things that are in my life right now, the good people, you know, my career, my job, my family, my friends, and I value the relationship that I have with God, and that I know that I need to do better in life too. And I learned a lot about that too, that I need to learn to do better in some things too. And I need to value more importantly in life, smelling the roses a little bit, you know, waking up and being more appreciative of the gifts that I have and the things that have been bestowed upon me. And it was a really wonderful experience to get the opportunity to go see different people, different things, different places, places I never would have been, and touring around the world for that month was the greatest experience probably of my life. And I've been around the world a million times over. So it was a wonderful experience to really have. And it really taught me a lot about myself and things that I want to do differently, things that I enjoy that I do now, things that I'm proud of doing, things that I'm proud that I've done, and things that I want to improve on in life too. And we have to value those things in life, and we have to value people in our lives. We have to value our faith and our values that, you know, guide us in life each day. So that's a little bit about what I learned on that trip.
Oh, brother, that is absolutely beautiful. I love that. And the thing is that I just see and hear whenever like we talk, your spirits, they've been lifted up so much, and you keep reiterating saying that, Chris, like, God basically slapped me upside the head like a 2x4 saying, hey, refocus. And that's the thing, value and refocusing. And not that you weren't focused on things for like the most part, but being able to travel and see like the beauty of the world, like with God, with what God has made, that really has reiterated and like refreshed your perspective, saying, hey man, God, you're amazing. Like, which if you've done this for my family and for my work life, and how amazing is it that he loves us so much that he's made such a wonderful world for us to live in and for us to engage in. And I know there's gonna be some people out there saying, Chris, there's chaos, there's war, there's this, there's that going on. Well, the fact is that we have the ability like to come together regardless of our differences. And we have the ability like to come and for us to get along. Because John, something I noticed is that the only two times, especially in like the United States, that we come together, we don't bitch, bicker, or we're not divisive, is during the holiday seasons or during a major tragedy.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that? I just don't understand. Why can't we be like that all the time? And you're making the effort, and so am I, to see past certain things with people that we might not be like the biggest fans of, because we want to do right by what God wants us to do, not what the world wants us to do. So, like, from your perspective, why do you think it is that humans, besides holidays and besides like the tragedies, they're so damn tribalistic? What do you think? I'm sorry.
No, it's that's a hard question. I think because some people value different things. When you look at the word value, they value different things. I don't think everybody always has the right intentions and the right good intentions in mind. And I think we live in a world where it's easy to pinpoint, and we've all been guilty of this, pinpoint bad, or pinpoint flaws, or pinpoint other things in other people. If we were a little bit kinder to one another, and we're all guilty of this at some points, myself included, yourself included, all of us out there. If we were a little bit kinder to one another and more decent to one another, we'd live in a better world. And it shouldn't just be that we get together and we're decent to one another at holidays or when something bad happens to somebody. We all need to take that lesson out and to learn from that we need to be better people at all points in time. And I've always known that. I've always tried to practice it as best I could, but I've fallen short at that at certain points too. And I've learned from some really interesting people and some of the experiences over the last month, especially about people who are humble and about people that bring that to the table every day in their life. And they're grateful for the things that they have, whether it's if they have next to nothing or if they have everything in the world that's in front of them, materialistic wise. I saw people who had absolutely nothing and didn't have anything. And they were the happiest people in the world. And they were sitting over there in groups of people together, and they loved and they embraced one another. And it was a really, really interesting and cool experience to really see. Not that I haven't seen it before, but you see
Yeah.
people that live their life by that way every day, and they take care of one another and they show kindness to one another. And it's a really important lesson. I think we all need to learn, myself included, yourself included. I think everybody out there, that we need to be better people, and we need
We
to
do.
follow those principles more. And then we can make this world hopefully a better place.
I agree, my friend. And the thing is that one thing like that stuck out was like a few weeks ago, you sent me a picture of one of the first rooms that you were in, and it wasn't a terrible room by no means, but it was basic. And you first said, "Oh man, this sucks," and then literally within like a couple of days, you're telling me this is the best trip I've ever had, because like you're realizing just because something's stripped down doesn't mean that it's useless, because because things get stripped down and you get that opportunity like to focus on what's really important.
Yeah, very true. It's you see different things and you experience different things. And we're so lucky, for where we live in the United States. Not that the other people aren't lucky for what they have, but we're so lucky for a lot of the things that we have, and we take for granted of those things often. Myself once again included. I'm definitely part of that equation too. And you see other people that don't have as much as we do. And I got an opportunity to go really experience in some of those places to see that. And the people, how happy they were for what they had, sure taught me a lesson to be much more grateful for the things that I do have in life, and that the things that maybe I'd take for granted a lot, I should stop taking for granted, and I should start being thankful for the beautiful house that I have and that I live in, and the wonderful things that I have in my life, and that maybe I'm not as grateful for those things that I do have. And I really appreciated that a lot more. And I saw the people that didn't have as much, and they were way, way, way happier for what they had than we are often for what we have. And it's a very interesting experience to see. It's something I think that's important for all of us to recognize, that any day you're this side of the dirt, and you're not buried under that dirt, is a good day. And it's a good thing that we have the ability to do what we're doing right now and talk and communicate, and that we can get up every day and kiss our loved ones and hug our loved ones and be around people, and that we can go to work, and that we can have a job, and that we can provide for our families and hopefully, everybody out there who's listening now, later, whenever, has people in their life that they value and that are important to them. We need to appreciate those things a heck of a lot more.
Amen to that, brother. Which I couldn't put it better. And for me, like with the company that I work for, which is Walmart, especially during like the holiday season, you get either the best of people or you get the worst. You get the extremely greedy people, like they want like the latest iPhone because they feel like by keeping up with the Joneses that's what they got to do, like to be cool, like to fit in, for society to accept them. And then you got the people like with the flip phones, and they're just happier than a pig. And you know what? Because they realize those new fancy things aren't everything. Those things won't necessarily love you back, because those things will distract you from what really matters the most.
Sure.
So I see that on a daily basis. And really, really quick, like a fun, like funny thing, like my son and like my daughter, like they got into it like a few days ago, and it really goes to what you just said. And my daughter, she's a straight A student. She is a freaking artistic prodigy, extremely bright, great artist, one of the sweetest girls you will ever meet. Now, the problem is she's not the greatest with picking up her room. So, like my son, she's just sitting there, she's pouting, she's having her little fit. And my son's like, Angel, you should be grateful. And she's like, why is that? And he said, because there's people out there that don't have roofs over their head with dirty rooms that they can clean up. So be grateful you could at least do that. And he's right. And you might have a messy house, but at least you got a house that you have the opportunity to clean up. There's a lot of people out there that don't have that.
And I saw a lot of that when I was out in Asia,
Yeah.
and a lot of a lot of kids that had no place to go, and they were living on the streets with their
Hmm.
family, or kids that were wandering around and didn't have anywhere to go. You know what I saw too? I saw people that went out, and some of the most random acts of kindness that really opened up my eyes to a lot of things. Where I was in a restaurant one night and I was eating,
Yeah.
and then I saw a person that was eating, right next to me, and it was a really, really impoverished area. It was really, really bad. And there
Yeah.
was kids out there that didn't have anything. Like I said, sleeping on the streets, bathing on the streets. And I saw this individual, this really kind woman, go out, and she brought out a bunch of food to these people, and didn't do it for any gratification, didn't do it for anything, but it was the right thing to do. And man, it hit home that to see these kids out there that were out in the streets, because I have two kids as a parent, that
Hmm.
I can never imagine that they didn't have a roof over their heads. And to see that person that was kind to them and did something nice for them, and gave what they had at that moment to do it for them, that was a powerful thing to see. And um, you know, we're so lucky for what we do have, like you said, to have a roof over our head, to have a place to sleep at night, and to have food in our stomach, and to have the things that we do. Not everybody has those things. Talk about value, man. People would value to have the things that we all have, often, that just don't have those things. And it's an unfortunate thing to see in this world, not just around the country in different places, but in our country too, that they don't have those things. And we're lucky when we're worried about, the next phone to have, or the fancy car, or whatever it might be that we want. That stuff's all BS at the end of the day.
I agree.
It's all BS. I've been there too, where I was happy to have all, bunch of houses and vacations and trips and cars and what have you. But that stuff is so not important at the end of the day. It's being simple. It's being grateful for what you have, being grateful for the opportunities in life that we do have.
And John, me and you, we're very successful at our jobs. And me and you, we don't have to worry when it comes to a bed to sleep in, a roof over our head, food, a hot shower. We don't have to worry about that, because God's blessed us with the work ethic and with the ability to work for great organizations that pay us well. But especially with the area that you were at, with the impoverished areas, which I was looking up on this, there are areas where portions of those houses don't even have running water or plumbing.
Yeah, I stayed in a few that where the electricity was very scarce, if even that, at certain points.
Yeah.
And like you said, with running water was scarce and wasn't even existent in some of the places.
Yeah.
Let me tell you one thing I value a lot more now after the last month is a hot shower, because I didn't get a hot shower one day for that entire month. And I appreciate a hot shower a heck of a lot more, because there were some days where the water was so freaking cold. I didn't even know. Oh, it was terrible. So, I mean, little things like that, but they're happy to just have a cold shower to, hop into,
Yeah.
or cold water to take a bath in, or, water to drink, or electricity, even if it's at certain points it turns off. It was a wild experience to see. I mean, I've been around the world, and I've 17, 18 countries now. I think it's something like that. I've been to a ton of third world countries, through my experiences in the military. I lived in some really awful places and been through some very awful times in those places. And I've seen bad. And this wasn't the worst I've ever seen in a couple of the spots, but there was some pretty rough spots to see. But then in places where they didn't have as much economically as we do, I saw some of the most beautiful places in the world too, and some of the most beautiful things I'd ever seen in my life. It was truly remarkable. You really got an opportunity, if you took it in, and I did, to really enjoy the surroundings and nature. Nature's something that we forget a lot about, and what's out there. I mean, I was off the grid. I wasn't on my phone, as you know, very much. I turned it on a few times.
We spoke maybe 10 to 15 times via text message the whole month, and
just
that was
via
it.
text message. I would turn the phone on once a day or whatever it was because I wanted to enjoy what I saw. And no matter if it was the richest country in the world or the poorest country, it was a hell of a cool thing to see this country. And Mother Nature is the most beautiful thing in the world too. It's about, once again, stopping and smelling the roses a little bit for what's right in front of you, and you can go out and go see it. And it's a cool thing.
I agree. And the thing is that reminds me of the individuals that sacrifice so we can have such great privileges like within this country, because this is the thing, guys. This goes back to my point when it comes to how divisive we are, but yet during the holiday season and during like major tragedies, we happen to come together. We need to recognize the individuals that go and they sacrifice so we can have the opportunities so we can work, so we can have the roof over our God, my stutter. So we can have like the roof over our head, like the hot showers, all that. And that is for the men and women that sacrifice and serve within our armed forces. John, you did it. My brother did it. Your son is currently sacrificing so we could have such a wonderful country. And people, regardless of what side you're on, you need to recognize where your blessings come from. And the fact is that somebody, many people, John, you did it. My brother's doing it. My grandparents did it. Many people did it. And your son, they're doing it. And you did it. So we could just have those. Just the simple things in life that we take for granted, just so we can have access to it. But I wish people were able to have the opportunity that you did when it came to going to those areas and really seeing, man, thank you for the people that have sacrificed so I can have those opportunities. Thank you for running water. Thank you for stable electricity, because apparently in many countries, and I which I could be wrong, but I think like the biggest one, which is India, and I think it's Thailand, I believe, the power goes on and off constantly. We don't have to worry about that here for the most part. We don't. We are so blessed within that fact because of those people that have sacrificed. Back to the whole term valuing what we have and recognizing who gives us those opportunities to have them. You know what I mean?
No, I absolutely know what you mean. It makes a ton of sense on that, and it's there's people that are constantly sacrificing out, themselves and what they do to make sure that we have the things that we do in life. And I think another thing that is very true is, you talk about family and you talk about people and those things in life, and it's one of those things. I mean, I always knew the value of that. Family has always been the most important thing for me, but through losing my mom a few weeks back, or a few weeks now, but 6-7 weeks ago now that it's been, God, I would give anything to, go spend 5 minutes with her again and go talk to her and go have an opportunity to get to know her differently and better. And I think we need to take our families more importantly sometimes, and the people in life that bring value to it and that are important to us, our friends, because you never do know when they're going to be gone, and you never do know those things. And those people that you're talking about that are out sacrificing right now for the military, or the people that are out doing those things to make us have the opportunities that we have in life and the freedoms that we have in life, nothing in life is guaranteed for them. They're out there putting themselves in harm's way too. And I think that's an important thing to recognize, whether people agree with the military or what they do or not. It's important to be appreciative of those people that go out there and put themselves on the line for all of us too. And we need to value them a little bit more, because they're making a lot of sacrifices for us.
Yep. And they sacrifice so we don't have to that. So
I remember spending Christmases and Thanksgiving completely alone and overseas and doing things. And I would have given anything at those points in time to be at home with my family and to be around them. And then there's times in my life where I'd been around my family at the holidays where I wasn't appreciative of being around them. And once again, it's a lesson that we all need to learn. about what is truly things that we value in life, and valuing those things and appreciating them a heck of a lot more.
Oh yeah. And brother, I can relate wholeheartedly, like with what you're going through, like with your mom, because like my whole situation, like with my mom and dad. And my dad, which I was expecting it because like my dad was sick, but like my mom, like you said, life is so fragile and so just it could be over like that. So do you want to be defined by your actions of not really doing your best and doing the bare minimum, or do you want to go out there knowing that something can happen to you and think to yourself that I gave 100%? My loved ones knew that at all times that they got 100% of me, and they can look back and say, man, dad was awesome. My husband was awesome. Grandpa, whoever was awesome, because they loved me and they showed it, and they were that walking, talking testimony right up until the end. And my mom, she wasn't perfect by no means, but just like you, I would give literally my left arm. I would give my foot, my leg, you name it, just to have 5 more minutes with her, because I took for granted my mom at the end, because there's days that I could have called her up, but I was working and I didn't think, well, while I'm on lunch, let me just see how she's doing. Stuff like that, which I just assume go home and then call her, or you just call her the next day. And then it eventually got to the point I couldn't do that no more because she was gone. Yeah. So please use this opportunity, like with value and like with the New Year guys, to really show and like to really step up and like to really reevaluate what's important to you, and so people within your life that you love, don't walk around and just assume that they know how you feel.
You got a good comment right here from Bill from Bill Ding. Hello, Bill Ding.
Right.
But then you'll need another 5 minutes, and another 5 minutes will never be enough. So you just have to appreciate it now. I think that's a really good comment right there.
I can't argue that. He's right.
It's very important to appreciate it now. It's very important to appreciate it now, because, as you said, another 5 minutes and another 5 minutes. We got to take it in and soak it in more now and enjoy it. And it's an important lesson for us all to learn, each and every one of us.
Oh, like without a doubt. And me and you, wrestling was the thing that brought us together. And there's something that one of the greatest wrestlers within the whole entire world said a few years ago on a documentary, and the phenomenal AJ Styles. And he said he had a bad habit whenever he was younger to want to rush moments so he could reflect later and he could really soak it in. And he made so many mistakes on that. And then he finally said, you can't live life like that, hoping things will end so you can look back. You have to live within those moments, because those moments are fleeting. The older you get, the less they're going to come for you. So do it while you are in it. Show those people that you love them wherever you're at, whether you're at home, whether you're at the movies, whether you're going to the mall, whether you're going to a drive-in, hell, whether like you're going to like a local theme park, like the wonderful Carowinds here in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is about 4 hours from here. Show your family that you love them with those little things, by saying thank you for what you do. I love you. I appreciate you. And one thing that my kids do that really show me that they love me is every single time that we get food, before they even take a bite, the first thing like that comes out of their mouth, thank you, Dad. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for working hard, because I recognize that without you and like without Mom, we wouldn't be able to have things like we do. So thank you. And I'm grateful that I have like the children that recognize that. And so do you, John. And we're both blessed within that aspect many, many times over. So yeah, man, just living within the moment and not wishing your life away. That's one thing that I've really started to click within me.
Absolutely, man.
So, really, really quick.
Sure.
Speaking of life and things being fleeting, there was me and you. We're huge football fans. We love the National Football League, and your team is the Miami Dolphins.
Don't admit that out loud too much.
My team is the Baltimore Ravens. I don't know what the hell's going on with Lamar, but anyways, that's neither here nor there. But speaking of fleeting moments and things that could end like that, there's a game on Monday night between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills. Shout out to Daniel. He's a massive Bills fan. We love you, Daniel. And there was a freak play, like a 1 in 10 million chance of this happening. There was a player God damn it. Like my stutter's getting the best of me tonight. By the name of Damar Hamlin that got hit by a wide receiver named T. Higgins. As soon as he got hit, he got up and then he collapsed. He had to be resuscitated for 9 minutes because his heart stopped. His family happened to be within the stands, and he was rushed to the hospital. You talk about never knowing and living within the moment that things could just end like that. And that's a prime example of what we really need to focus on. Like, hey, man, we could walk outside and we could get hit by a bus. We don't know. But it's those moments before that where we need to leave a lasting legacy. And great news from what I heard. He is awake. He's breathing on his own. And the first thing that he said as soon as he woke up was, did our team win? And that's just so cool. And not only did he survive, but his toy charity raised over, like the last time I checked, which was a couple days ago, $7 million. That's going to go towards helping underprivileged kids. Dude, you talk about something great that happens within like a tragedy. He woke up, like his charity made a ton of money, which is awesome. And man, you talk about just things that you value and things that you put in like within like that perspective, man. It's just that was another huge eye opener for me. Now, were you here already when that happened, or were you still overseas?
No, I didn't even know about it till a few days ago. So I was still overseas. I really wasn't paying attention or anything like that. So I had no idea until a couple days ago, until I got back. I think it was because I didn't really have good internet reception out there, but it was I really didn't have too much of an idea about it, but I read about it, afterwards, because it was covered in the news. As what's this guy over here had to say? Mike Durbin said, national news story. You don't need to explain what happened. Talk about a guy that needs to listen to your message once in a while. It's this dude right here. Just going to throw that out there. So might want to take a listen to some of the messages that are put out there, but I'll leave that for another day there with his condescending comments. But not everybody follows the national news and knows everything that goes on or sees it. So I didn't know much about it till a couple of days, ago. And it's terrible instance what happened with Mr. Hamlin. Was his name?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. But with every crisis comes an opportunity, and it was an opportunity to raise money for people. So yeah, it was the number one news story in the fucking nation. You dumb fuck. Yeah. Well, speaking of the dumb fucks, I think you get the vote for the dumb fuck of the year. But let's take that and leave that at what it is there, buddy. So, Let's take that one and leave it for what it is. Let's not ruin the theme of the show of value. So,
yeah.
Because that's somebody that needs to learn about value right there, and valuing the good things that are out there in life and valuing the important things. So appreciate it. Yeah. Kick this fucking clown out of your stream here, dude. Boom. Goodbye. Sorry. Don't want to ruin the stream here for you, Chris. I apologize.
Oh, no. You're good, man. Because honestly, me and you, like, we are having like a serious talk here that could really help a lot of people. And just nothing we're speaking about is worth making smart ass comments or joking about. I'm sorry. I'm Mike. You know what? Let me be blunt here before we move on to our next topic. You know me, that I'm the type of guy where I try to reach across the aisle all the time to a fault. And I try to get along with everybody. And which I know sometimes you look at me saying, Chris, you're constantly shooting yourself within the foot because it's not going to change. Nobody's going to get better from that. But you also recognize that I do have a good heart. So it's just one of those things where, Mike, I do wish the best for you. And I know that you have your differences with John. But the fact is that you could go at least 5 minutes like without being a smart ass. I'm sorry, but the fact is that I'm trying to help people here, and so is John. And I know you're probably going to make an episode of this, which quite frankly, I don't care. But the fact is that you talk about someone that's needing to focus on stuff that's really, really valuable, like within life, because time is fleeting, brother. My encouragement to you is stop focusing on the past, stop holding on to the past, and focus on what's important, like within your life and those individuals, because guess what? They could be gone tomorrow. So I'm just saying.
Amen to that, dude.
So, all right. Anyways, I'm going to move on to something a little bit lighthearted. And this is the thing, is that I might reach across the aisle with certain people, but John, no matter what, will trump everybody else's opinion. And that's the God honest truth. So if John thinks that someone needs to be blocked, then bye-bye. Because guess what? John's been there for me since we started being friends, period. And the thing is that I respect the hell out of him. And me and you, we're brothers. So like straight up, which I respect your views a hell of a lot more than a lot of other people. So,
well, we're trying to have a nice conversation here, and you got to pop in and be a smart ass or whatever it is, and people's got to throw their 2 cents in there to be a jerk, and It is what it is. People are going to be like that because once again, they don't understand the context because they don't have the ability to understand the actual context of things sometimes. Yeah. So that is what it is with people.
Yeah. And the thing is that which I was actually sticking up for Mr. Darebrand, which I was encouraging him because there was a card company from Canada that stole a photo that he took from a wrestling show, which Mike, shout out to him. He's a very talented photographer. And you've admitted that. But the fact is that you're not going to get very far with a piss poor attitude because the relationships that you develop, there's only going to be so long before those individuals, like, they cut ties with you because they don't want to put up with you, because they're going to check your social media and they're going to check what shows you appear on and this and that, and they're going to look into that saying, man, this guy's like Jekyll and Hyde here. Which I'm trying to see past that. I really, really am. But anyways, I'm sorry, guys. I'm wasting too much time on this. But I wish him the best, period. So there you go. End of story on that. Okay, so
what do you got next for us, buddy? Let's move on from any negativity.
I'm sorry. You know how I am. God, I hate the fact that I'm so soft-hearted. Anyways, okay, so there's a segment that I wanted to start this week, and it is called Ask a Walmart Guy, okay? Because speaking of misunderstandings, misinterpretation, yes, Ask a Walmart Guy.
Oh my gosh.
And the thing is that there are so many people out there like that want to trash Walmart because they think they're like a big, huge huge evil corporation, and they want to teach their workers how to get welfare, and like they just step on us.
Chris, hold on 1 second. Hey Blake, I don't know who Blake Mitchamore is, but
I don't know.
It's not getting John's Go. If you really wanted to get John's Go, it would take a hell of a lot more than that.
Yeah.
John's just honest, buddy. So John just calls it like it is, but
yeah,
you want to think it gets John's Go? No, trust me. I only let things that really get to me and agitate me to mean something from somebody that actually is of relevance in life and that actually is somebody important. So thanks, man. Blake is a handsome man. His building says here, Chris.
A shout out to Blake.
Yeah, he says Blake is a handsome man.
He's a stud muffin. There you go.
He is. I don't know what team he's got on his hat there, though. He's got a pretty good beard looks like from the picture there.
There you go.
All right, Blake. Rock on, man.
I love it. All right,
Chris,
so
Ask a Walmart Guy. What's Ask a Walmart Guy here?
Okay, so there's so many misunderstandings, misinterpretations, misstatements about Walmart because like the news wants to report us as a massively evil corporation like that steps on their workers. We get underpaid, we get undervalued, this, that, the other. And you know for a fact, Walmart, they pay me very well. And the thing is that Walmart is one of those companies that if you start off busting your ass and you do it like within like a few years, you can make a good chunk of change. And which I'm going to be real here. I started out back in 2019. I was only making $15 an hour. Literally, within 4 years, I am up to $24 an hour. So yeah, for people that want to talk shit and say, "Oh my God, they're an evil company," I mean, it drives me bonkers because my experience is way different. Now, like the biggest challenge is dealing with people, and it's not the managers, it's not the workers, it is the customers because we got some wacky customers, and which I think that Walmart is a great reflection on what America is. You walk in, hell, you don't even need a cable subscription. Just go people watching at Walmart, and you'll have entertainment for hours. So, with that said, John, before I start, because I had some questions sent to me, do you have an opinion on Walmart?
I don't shop at it.
Okay.
I don't. I don't really like to shop much as it is.
Oh, gotcha.
Walmart's too many people for me all the time in there. It's I don't go in too much. I give you a lot of credit, for being around the public like that. I don't think I could be around the public to that extent.
I gotcha.
That's why I enjoy my career and what I do, and I work from home most of the time. And I give you a lot of credit on it. I don't go in there much. I don't have anything bad against Walmart. I just don't go in there. Ever.
I gotcha.
Only once in a great while. I bet you I go to Walmart twice a year.
Oh, wow. That is crazy.
Heck of a lot more than you. John couldn't slum it with the peasants. No building. I know it's not that at all. I just don't. I shop online mainly. I'll say that. If I'm going to get things, shop online.
Breaking news. You just bought your 17th house.
19th.
Oh shit! Since last week, you got 2 more.
Yeah, easily. The market's been really wonderful.
I love it.
And that's really my beautiful piano in the back there building. I'll play a tune on it later on. How's that sound?
All right, so we're going to end this on a light note tonight because we've been having some fun, and we're going to ask some questions here from Twitter. So, which I answered some of these, but I can go in like the further details. So, the first question, which I got: was from Jalen Xavier Branch, JXman B25. Okay. He's like, what is the protocol for stopping shoplifters at your store? Okay, so like that's a very good question from Jalen. This is the God honest truth, guys. We are the 5th busiest store within the United States. We make over $213 million a year, and we lose over $15 million in theft. The insurance premiums that we pay like for theft is absolutely astronomical. So we lose a shit ton of money on that, even though we are $250 million a year store. So the protocol is that that because of bullshit laws that favor shoplifters, we are not allowed to legally touch people. We can have the security, which they can approach the people and they can suggest them to follow and go to like the LP room and all that stuff. But ultimately, like, unless like the cops are standing directly outside, they can just walk out the door. Now, the state that we live in, the lowest cost for theft before you get charged, it's $60. The state of California that like my brother lives in, $900. You could sell up to $899 before you get charged with theft. So there's your answer. We can't do shit about it. We pay extremely high theft premiums, like with their insurance, and which is unfortunate. But we have to pass it on to you guys. You wonder why these prices are going up. Worldwide inflation mixed with extreme theft, and you got a combination for higher groceries.
Bill's got a good answer though, right here. This guy's got some good answers over here. Screw it, Brother Martin. Knife edge, chop those effers. So
I love it. I love it.
Man, Building's got some good. He's chiming in here. Whoever Building is.
I got you. And like my next one, it is from Miss Jericho, which is at Miss Jericho Y2J on Twitter. Have customers ever been annoyed at your antics with the microphone at the store closing during time? Which I answer this.
It's a great one.
Which, as a matter of fact, which I've never had a complaint from a customer. They've been highly entertained by my closing announcement theatrics, which I've only had 2 managers ever complain about it, and that's because our district manager was in the store and which I was not aware of it. So like the district manager was like, who the hell is that? Did a mentally ill customer grab the microphone and start doing closing announcements? I shit you not. That was my district manager's quote. So yeah, that was fun. Anyways, the next one is from WrestleFriend, which is at WrestleFriend. Have you heard of any crazy shit going on in the bathroom at Walmart? Sexual assaults, regular assaults, etc. Now, here's another fun fact about the city of Myrtle Beach. Now, we are number 2 in crime for our population size. We are number 3 in methamphetamine drug overdoses, and we have the 13th largest homeless population within the country. So with that said, and because my store is in the heart of Myrtle Beach, literally we deal like with the worst of the worst. We deal with the crackheads, the prostitutes. We deal with the homeless people. We deal with the meth heads. We deal with every single walk of life, which it's good and bad right at the same time because it's like a massive melting pot. And going back to what I was saying, with using the way you carry yourself to help others, because don't get me wrong, you might run into like that homeless person. You might run into like that crackhead that, God, they might be so damn annoying, but the way you carry yourself might be that thing where they start to think, maybe I can turn my life around. So don't be quick to judge, because homeless people don't start out homeless. Crackheads don't start out smoking crack. They do it because something normally drastic has occurred that has led to those poor decisions. So I'm letting you guys know that right now. Don't be quick to judge. Thank you, Adam. I do appreciate it, brother, which I hope and pray that you're doing well tonight.
Adam's got a beautiful family there from that picture. That looks really nice.
He does.
A beautiful family. Is that 3 boys?
I think so. I could be wrong.
Beautiful Adam, family, man.
You are amazing.
Yeah, really cool. Good to see, man. That's what's important right there. Those 3 kiddos that you got.
Bill's he's being Mr. Obvious tonight.
What do you say here? Generally, crackheads become crackheads by smoking crack. Very fair and true point there by Mr. Building.
Oh my God, that's adorable. That is adorable. And hold on, I got. Okay, let me answer this actually. Which as for sexual assaults, normally we deal with hookers in the parking lot soliciting customers. When it comes to the other physical things within the store, normally we have codependent junkie couples that argue with each other, which usually leads to violent situations. So normally that's what we deal with that. And so, yeah. And like the sexual, with like the sexual assaults, normally last year we had 2 victims of sex trafficking that ran into our store and they locked themselves like within the bathroom because they were extremely scared. Oh yeah. And we are one of the top cities in the United States for sex trafficking. So that's another.
Damn, it's good I stay out of Walmart.
Yes. So yeah. Which
I'm not slumming it with the peasant. I'm not worried about slumming it with the peasants building. I'm telling you, this is some crazy shit we're hearing tonight about Walmart. I'm telling you.
Oh God, yeah.
That is awful.
And I got one last question for the night. And okay, here we go. I gotta pull this up because I started a Reddit. So yeah. Do you have a Reddit, John?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I don't use it much, but
which I think it's pretty cool. I like it. Okay.
I would save them if I was there, man. Don't worry about building. If I was there, I'd save those victims as best as I can. Just don't ask me to run because I can't run on my leg anymore. So it couldn't happen on that one. But we go in and save them, right, Chris?
That is correct. We would go in, save them, and my stutter would distract them while you grabbed the other people and like you brought them out to safety. So like I'm just saying, double team right there, bing bada boom. We are heroes automatically. There you go. All right. So N1 key M1 key said, why do so many people take a shit within the aisles at Walmart? I'm gonna be honest with you. I have never witnessed that while working at Walmart. However, whenever I used to work at Food Lion, there was this one old lady that refused to wear a diaper. So whenever she walked into our store with her husband like would normally tell her, go straight to the bathroom and go change your diaper, right? And she was a feisty one. She would rip that thing off and just throw it in the middle of the goddamn aisle, poop and everything. So I've never experienced that at Walmart, but Food Lion, yes, I've experienced it. So there's your answer for that. And why do so many women like to flash their boob/ass for pics in Walmart? I don't notice that. I don't know what this guy's talking about. Because at least at my store, this doesn't happen. Why are there so many fights in Walmart? Okay, so back to the points that I was talking about. Between shoplifting, drug abuse, misunderstandings, arguments, and it's normally small little misunderstandings like that lead to like large blowups. So yeah.
And you'll wonder why right here, Building says, Johnny, all this stuff says online shopping for life. That is once again why I like to online shop, Building. Absolutely. Another great comment here. Yeah. Chris, there's a couple questions here out there. Let's start with Blake here. What if they wanted to flog your dolphin? Well,
I'm a happily married man. So
flogging dolphins isn't a good thing. So like that.
Yeah.
There's other dolphin floggers now.
Oh.
Yeah. Brother Martin, you never stutter on your closing announcements. That's true. You're stuttering on the closing announcements. It's pretty
flawless.
Flawless.
Oh yeah. Well, this is like a little secret, guys. Whenever I preach, hold on. Preach, cuss, sing, or do like the closing announcements, I don't stutter. So there you go. I don't know what it is.
What happened to your leg, man? I was injured in the military building. So I was injured in the military pretty badly. So that's what happened.
So yeah.
I've had 4 surgeries on it, soon to have 5.
And I am going to make one point before we close, and then like we're going to close it out because John, I know you're tired. So I'm going to address somebody that me and you used to be friends with. And John, you can chime in or you can stay out. Like the choice is yours. Sure. Rob has finally made the announcement that he is going to be taking a hiatus from podcasting. My feeling on it is that he's realized what he really needs to focus on within his life, which is family and work, and which his eyes have been fully opened, and I'm happy for that. And if that's the case to where that makes Rob a better dad and a better husband, then I'm all for it. My view on it is that if you're going to be doing that many podcasts and you're going to be doing it for that many hours per week and you're not making money already doing it, then you are either terrible at it or you're not meant to do it. The fact is that like with Rob, which I admire his love for podcasting, I do, but in my opinion, he clearly wasn't meant for it. But I'm happy he's finally seen the light, and that he's hopefully focusing on what's important. There you go.
Yeah, I knew nothing really about it, so hey, nothing bad to say about Rob. Hope Rob's doing good, and he sent me a nice message over Christmas, and absolutely, man, whatever he's doing, good for him.
You don't hear me speaking negatively of him.
He's got a lovely family, and I hope he's enjoying them, and nothing but good things sent to his way.
And the thing is that like the mowing simulator, which I'm not gonna talk shit, but
what is a mowing simulator?
Thank you. What is that?
I really don't know what it is. What is it?
Because people keep bringing it up with Rob. I have no clue what the hell a mowing simulator is.
Yeah, I have no idea. What's a mowing simulator?
A game, I guess. I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, awesome. but no.
He used to spend 20 hours a day shutting you fellas down. Hey, cool. It's a game where you mow a lawn, as he does on his YouTube. All right. Well, I guess like mowing lawns on YouTube. You like mowing lawns on YouTube, I guess. All right. I like mowing my lawn in general in the summer, but it's a game like that you can.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Wait.
All right.
Why don't you take like your phone camera and just put it at the end of your lawnmower and just do like Facebook Live?
I don't know how interesting that would be,
John.
I'm sorry, I don't know how interesting that would be. But
John's lawnmower simulator.
Yeah, if you like to mow on your simulator there.
I
wanted to cut Brother Martin's grass.
I don't have. Okay, hold on, guys. I live literally right beside a street. This is my front door, actually. But I use like my kitchen door, like to go in and out of the house. So I have like my TV. I have like my stand right here because like
you don't have any grass to mow.
I don't have any grass to mow. No, okay. Because like the little bit of grass we do have, the landlords pay for it to get cut. But if Bill, but Bill, now if you want to volunteer, brother, for hell, it's not even a quarter acre, which it's literally like a small patch of grass and then like pure asphalt. Not kidding you, but Bill, I would be as respectful as possible. Do not bring up my wife.
Joke and all, not a good joke, buddy.
Yeah, because like the God honest truth is, if
Rest of
I
your
bring her
jokes
up,
are pretty cool, man, but leave that one out.
yeah, because like the fact is that if I bring her up, we can engage, and I'm cool with that. But certain things I really want to keep out. So, with that said, Bill, besides that, brother, we love you. Thank you for joining us. For everybody, live, not live, like the ones that have commented, thank you so much. We love you guys to death. We're gonna do so much more content this year. John, I'm hoping we can do some Nitro watch alongs at least once a month. I'm hoping. Maybe.
It can be arranged.
Yes. Yes.
We can get at least once a month, and maybe more. You never know, but definitely that one we'll do a month.
Oh my God, brother! I'm so excited for that.
Fun.
Because we got to continue the summer of Lex Luger, brother. I'm so excited for that. And then like we can see the evolution of Diamond Dallas Page. We could see so many great things like with like the summer of 1997, like with Nitro. I'm stoked for it. I'm excited. You guys got your fix with John tonight. And you're going to be getting your fix with the Retro Wrestling Revival. He's hopefully going to be doing like at least a couple shows a month. Fingers crossed. And we're going to continue to put out some great content for you guys with the Retro Wrestling Revival, with like the Baptized Fire. Both brands are for fans by fans. I am so excited for that. Blake Mitch says, "Get My Go is going to live forever now." Blake, with all due respect, if it wasn't for us, that show wouldn't exist for good or for bad. So,
hey, let them live forever, there, Blake.
Yeah,
if that's your life following that shit, man, you might want to get a better life, buddy.
Yeah, man.
We'll cut it at that one right there before.
I got you guys. So, from the bottom of my heart, John, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope and pray that, like, with the topics that we spoke about, that we have inspired people to recognize, like, the value of life and realize that it could end tomorrow. So live within those moments, leave a lasting legacy where your loved ones can look back and feel the impact of what you've done within their lives.
Hey, it's Chris Cara, man. Chris.
Oh, brother Chris.
Nice to see you, Chris. Blessings for a successful and happy New Year to you too, buddy.
Thank you.
Good to see Chris out. It's been a long time since I've seen Chris around, man. Good to see you.
We ain't got nothing but the utmost love and respect for Chris. He's awesome.
I heard Chris got married a while ago. Dave told me that he got married last year. Last time I talked to Dave last year, or something like that. I believe you got married, right, Chris? If you did, man, congratulations. Good for you. Really happy to hear that.
Oh, Chris, man, you speak about somebody like that has walked across the aisle and we became good friends with. Chris is one of them. There you go. And Bill, yes, you can still watch Nitro on the network. So, like, with that said, guys, because we're kind of running along here and like we both got to get up early. You guys, thank you so much for showing up. We appreciate it, and we hope and pray that what we've talked about has really has made a huge impact on your life, because ultimately, like I said, life is short. Live within those moments and don't wish your life away. Value, guys. That's what matters, is value. All right, guys. I love you. John, do you have any last words?
Nothing at all, but have a good night, everybody. Chris, no worries on that one at all right there. Water on the bridge. Not about to have a stroke at all. Healthy as a horse, asshole. So throwing that one right at you. And what's building here? We don't have a network in Australia anymore as a streaming service. Now it's a channel. All right. Well, that sucks. But hopefully you find it, bud. But everybody else, have a great night. Hope everybody has a great start to the new year, and all the blessings in the world to each and every one of you. So thanks for coming out and checking out this fun show tonight.
All right, guys. Peace out. We love you. All right. Bye.